What up, everybody? I hope life finds you being honest with yourself, and yeah, that's about it. I hope life finds you being honest with yourself. We got another video. What are we doing today? I'm always scatterbrained. We have a Ewls content video that we're doing today. It's been a while. I've been busy. I'm probably going to be busy until, you know, winter time, basically. And because, you know, fall is harvest, and I still got a bunch of firewood to chop and stuff. So I've been working around the farm, but I've also been working on the Ewls. And the Ewls have undergone massive changes, as always. So we're going to do a contents video, and I'm going to explain to you why I made the changes I did. So here's a fucking bonker on the head for you. I increased the weight of the Ewls. Okay, and it's probably about 5 pounds more. The problem I was having is I kept wanting to add stuff to it, about 5 pounds of stuff to it, that exceeded my weight limit. So I was like, how do I get around that? And I realized the weight that I was worried about is the weight that I was carrying on my back. If I could somehow put the weight somewhere else on my body, it's not the actual weight that's fucking me up when I'm hiking, right? Especially losing weight. You know, I lost 40 pounds so far, but the weight on my back, that's what's fucking me up. Oh, you know, if you carry 100 pounds on your back alone, you're gonna be way more fatigued at the end of the day than if you carry 100 pounds of, I don't know, say distributed fat all over your body, you know, because it's distributed weight, you know, and it makes a big difference. And so I realized that, and in conjunction, realized that there were some things that I just kept adding. I mean, so if this is the Ewls, I'd pack it full of shit I thought was good, pack it full of shit, pack it full of shit, pack it full of shit, and then I reached my weight limit, you know, which was 35 pounds, really 30 pounds with the ammunition. And then there was still shit I wanted to pack in it, but in order to pack in it, I had to take something out down here, you know? And so then there would be something else I wanted to pack in it. In order to pack something else in it, I had to take something else down here. So that's what basically has been going on in the Ewls, and I was like, how the hell can I get around that? And, well, let's get right to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to the Bat Belt. Bat Belt. Alright. So, this is basically, whoa, what you doing back there? This is a USGI pistol belt, right? And underneath it is let's see if I can show you. Yeah, it says Black Hawk right there. It's basically padded. If you're gonna go this route with your hiking shit, make sure you get a padded belt, and just trust me on that one. Because this pistol belt right here, this USGI pistol belt, chafes like a motherfucker. So I got my shit on my belt, and what part of the Ewls are on the belt, you may be asking? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have the knife. This, by the way, is a Becker BK-17. I have kicked out the, what do you call it? The BK-2 and the Condor Rodan. They're just too heavy, and they didn't have a nice point. And with the Ewls, we're going to be doing a lot of skinning game and stuff. And I skinned and gutted a rabbit that I was doing a necropsy on my farm the other day with this BK-17, and while it didn't perform superbly, it definitely got the job done, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for shit that gets the job done. It doesn't have to be like the perfect tool for the job, you know, just so long as it accomplishes the mission, you know. So, and this was generously donated to the Ewls, like, as you guys may know or may not know, I can't remember where we are in the videos, but by contract, Nikki. Dude fucking rocks. Pimp! He's a pimp. Anyway, so this one's really working out. It's got a little sheath on it. Sheath is pretty cool, actually. I like that I can remove the knife from my belt without having to take the belt off. That's always a bonus. It's retained by Velcro and a button, which is what I wish I could say for my... Let me make sure we're in the frame there. Hold on. Oh yeah, we're way in the frame. Is that out? Down here is out of frame. Up here's out of frame. All right, we're in the frame. Which is more than I could say for my Terra Teva 5s, Terra Teva 5 3s, which are bomb-ass sandals, don't get me wrong. But they, I wish these Velcro straps had a button on them, because as you can see, the Velcro is starting to fray on these things. And but I mean, I abuse the fuck out of these. I go hiking these, I work in these, I go swimming in these. I'm in these 24/7, and they're about through their second summer, which is not bad at all. So yeah, they're costly, but if you're looking for a bomb-proof sandal, there they are. Anyway, so that's how this belt attaches, or this knife attaches to the belt. It's got other attachment options, which I love. You know what? I was a big fan of shoulder slanging. You know, slinging around the shoulder, and I still am. I like to do that occasionally, and so I can just get some cordage and, you know, run it through here, slang it right over the shoulder, boom, boom. But I like when it is shoulder slanged, when the knife is shoulder slanged, it does kind of flop around a little bit. So I just opted to put it on the belt, and I do like the belt carry now that I have the option of carrying it on the belt. I gotta say, I like the belt carry. So, and it's got a little pocket in here. And of course, we keep our handy dandy big lighter. Gotta have it. And I keep the sharpening stone that came with it. So, actually, that sharpening stone didn't come with it. It came with another knife. The contract Nikki also donated, because she's a pimp. So, it's got a bunch of mounting options, you know, it's great. You know, I got a fire steel I'm going to put on here too for all you fire steel haters. I think Bic and fire steel cover all your fire starting needs, you know, really well. Let's put this bad boy back on here. You know, and I like that I can do this, you know. Took it off the belt without taking the belt off, put it back on. It's there. Fuck out of here. I like belt carry because, you know, it's just right here. It's always right here as opposed to my shoulder carry, which I think I liked. I prefer the shoulder carry because I was using heavier knives, the BK2, the Condor Rodan, all that shit. But now that this knife is like half the weight of those knives and just as durable, which, by the way, and since we're on the subject of durability, I've been throwing this thing into trees, you know, the tip has not bent. This is a very durable knife. I gotta give it up to the BKs, man. The whole BK line, I've never had a shitty knife by them. So, Jesus Christ, this is gonna be a long video. We're like 20 minutes in and I haven't shut the fuck up about a knife, huh? Anyway, so next you will see, if you will remember, I used to carry my water in here and in here. So I used to carry my water in these two things, right? And I was not wanting to admit to myself, but these weren't, it's not enough during summertime. It's half a gallon of water, but it's just not enough during summertime. So that's what I was talking about when I said that there's more shit I wanted to put in. Another liter of water was one of them. So anyway, I ditched these. In fact, I now use this to carry my food in, right? My dehydrated beans and rice and broccolis and all that shit in here. I can carry slightly more food than I was before in that peanut butter jar, which rock on. But more importantly, when the food runs out, and it will run out, this can be used for so many things. You know, I can carry more food in it, or I can put water in it. And as you guys already see, you know, it's stainless steel, so you can boil with it. What are you doing back there? Bear, you okay? All right. So it's double feature now. I feel like my food got more robust, you know, opposed to before, if the peanut butter jar ran out, what the fuck am I going to use a peanut butter jar for, right? So, utilitarian, even after food runs out. Boom, great, wonderful. I still have to carry this because this is actually a part of the Ewls. If you'll remember, let me run back up here. If you remember, oh, can I kneel down there? I think I can. Have I been out of frame this whole time? So bad, so bad. Where, there's out of frame. No, I don't think I can kneel down there. All right, we'll just, we'll hang out here. If you'll remember, this is the Sawyer water filter is the filter I carry, right? So it requires a screw on, you know, take this thing off, take this little cap, improvised cap out, and it requires a screw on bottle in order to filter, right? So I have to carry this type of plastic bottle, but one of the things I like about carrying this plastic bottle is that these are way forageable, dude. Way forageable. Yay, filter that water. You go, girl. Anyway, you can find these bottles laying around everywhere, and I like that. So, if plastic's pretty durable as is, but if should it happen to break, you know, I can find a Mountain Dew bottle somewhere and fucking hook it up. So, and I've added that into the Ewls. So now, this is in the backpack, right? Sorry, this is kind of scatterbrained, but you guys know, it's what you get, man. I'm not an orator. I'm just a dude trying to go live in the woods for 6 months. Okay. I'll try to put this somewhere y'all can see it. Back here. Alright. So, now, load distribution. Why am I not in my hammock? Always rinse out your hammock every time before you get in, because it would only take one little twig or bug or something that's fallen from the trees to fuck your shit up. Oh, that's why I'm not in my hammock. I don't want to... Alright, whatever. So, the load distribution, water is like one of the heaviest things I was carrying in my pack, man. You know, half a gallon of water, I think a gallon of water weighs like 8 pounds. So half a gallon weighs 4 pounds, right? So what I did, God, I really don't even know where to begin with this, explaining this thing. So I put the water on my waist because carrying this load on my waist, this whole thing weighs 12 pounds, and I don't even feel it on my waist at all, you know. So that's why I put it on my waist. I don't wear the suspenders on it because the suspenders annoy me, and they don't really bear that much of the load. You got to have like 30 pounds, 20 pounds of webbing gear before it's, you know, your hips can't stop bearing the load. So anyway, I put the water on the belt. What this belt is, what the bat belt is, basically, is the survival belt. So I kept running into this problem, right? You go hiking, you head out, you set up camp, and all your camp's set up, and you still got things to do. You got to go explore, of course. You got to recon your area. You got to, you know, forage for food, set up traps, you know. You got a bunch of walking around to do. After setting up camp is not like the end of it. You know what I'm saying? There's always some shit to do. So, what I turned the bat belt, made the bat belt for, is to always have like the last line of survival gear, right? Like this shit right here, everything I carry in my bag, I call this the fluff. This is what makes the extended wilderness living system a living system and not an extended wilderness survival system, right? this fluff right here. The bat belt is the extended wilderness survival system, right? So if I have to rely on just the bat belt, I'm up shit creek, but I'm not as up shit creek as I, would be without it. I got a knife, and you got a lighter, and I got some shit. Let's see if I can take this out here and show you. You alright there? For those of you who don't know, the USGI... Oh, this was another thing. If you'll recall, on my clean canteen, I carried the Snow Peak Titanium, right? It was like 900 or something like that. And I only had one cup. And every time I sit down and have a meal, I was like, man, I wish I could be making some tea and some food. So, what this does, this knocks that out. I got 2 canteens. Each one of them have a cup in them. One for food, one for tea. Boom. Redundancy. Sold. So, that's win right there, and that's what I carry in my canteens. Maybe I'll actually put a couple water purification tablets in the little water purifier pouch. I don't know. Who fucking knows? This is the butt pack. The USGI butt pack. And, so I'm going to open this up here. This is what I would consider bare... Well, actually, I'm still revising this, but this is what I would consider bare minimum, survival. If I have to leave camp for a day or something, or, going on a day hike, I would take this on a day hike, anytime I stray from camp. So, what do we got in here? Oh, shit. We got let's open this up here. Ba-ching! Baco Laplander. If you're talking about being in a survival situation, talking about making a shelter, you want the Baco Laplander. And again, if you're cutting anything over 3 inches, in my opinion, you're done. In my opinion, that doesn't need to be done. Yes, friends, the USGI poncho. I won't even go into the amount of things you can use this thing for. Use it for a million things. You can even stuff it. That's what I like about the poncho. Just fucking stuff it. What else we got in here? I got some cordage. Oh, God. Haven't lost that much weight. So, braided, tarred nylon cordage. This is just to, set up tarps and everything cordage is for. I'm not going to sit here and explain to you what cordage is for. You know. What else we got in here? Oh, yes. My backup compass I carry in the butt pack, which is awesome. I switched to another compass, but we'll show you that in a second here. So I got a backup compass. And I think that's all I got in there right now. So that's what's in the butt pack. That's what's in the, oh God, I went to go set a trap, but I fell down a fucking hill and broke my leg, and now I have to sit here and survive and not die. That's the not dying pack. Alright. Oh. This. Get out of here! This is the, what do you call that? This is totally the survival fishing kit, right? So, this is a bunch of, I forget what they call it. It's like green braided line. It's 8-pound test. It's not really focusing, huh? And then in here, I got a bunch of hooks, different size hooks, mostly small hooks, because if I'm survival fishing, small fish are much easier to catch than large fish. And it's got a jig, and it's got some swivels, and maybe a sinker, Damn, what? Fucking bleeding everywhere now. Alright. So that's what's in the bat belt, yo. I should take care of this wound, but whatever. Go, body. Do your thing, body. Heal this shit. So, give me a second. I'll put this shit back in here. Because if I don't put this shit away as I show it to you, or right in front of me, I'm gonna cover it up with leaves, and 10 years from now, I'll be like, well, where'd my shit go? Actually, it looks like I'm gonna have to fold the poncho to get it back in there. Alright, whatever. Put it right here for now. I hope I don't cover a bunch of shit up with leaves. Get out of here, leaves. Get out of here. Alright, so that's the bat belt. That thing weighs 12 pounds right now. Another big change is the shelter, okay? Now, man, so I was going a little wool crazy for a while, right? Now, wool is a pretty good garment. I mean, fabric. But I was going wool crazy for a while. I was like, everything needs to be wool. And I was like, well, why does it need to be wool? You know, does it have to be wool? And then I was like, well, it only needs to be wool when it gets down really fucking cold, right? Or, you know, it can even be mildly cold, and you get wet and you don't have shelter. That's the saving grace of wool, is that it will insulate you, you know, while it's wet and while it's cold. So I was like, well, how many times am I ever going to be in that scenario, right? And during the winter, sure, I might be in that scenario a lot. But if it's wintertime, I'm going to be hiking with the fucking my coat on. I might remove my coat, you know, that big Boy Scout thing, or my Filson Mackinac Cruiser, some kind of wool coat I'm gonna have on. I might remove that thing, and it's while I'm hiking, and that's fine if I do. I can put it in the bag because A, there's space now because I took all that shit out, right? And B, this thing only weighs 22 pounds now. Right? So I can stick another 3 pounds in there and still only have 25 pounds on my back, and I get to put fucking, you know, 5 pounds of ammunition in it and still only have 30 pounds on my back. So that's the score. So I realized, okay, I don't need everything wool. It doesn't all have to be wool. So I kept the USGI Gore-Tex bivvy, but I added the patrol bag, the USGI patrol bag. Now, I've got a lot of experience with this bag, okay? And the reason I didn't put it in here to begin with was because when I was in the Army, I saw a bunch of fucking jacked up privates, you know, just fucking their bags up left and right, okay? Just tearing them and a bunch of other shit. But it dawned on me, I mean, that was the reason I haven't put the patrol bag in the Ewls, right? But it dawned on me that privates aren't taught to sew their gear, okay, and otherwise repair their gear. They're taught to fucking go down to CIF and get a new one, you know, and pay for the old one if you fucked it up. And they're also, the patrol bags that I saw destroyed, I realized, were probably like 10-year-old bags, you know, that were reissued and reissued and reissued and reissued. So I decided to give the patrol bag a chance, you know. Nothing's ever permanent in the Ewls, but I do have a lot of experience with this thing. I know with the Gore-Tex bivvy and the patrol bag, I sleep comfortable down to 40 degrees, right? So I know I at least got that. If I were to fucking pile up leaves, which are everywhere, over the top of this, I'm sure I could go down even lower, right? So the problem is, this patrol bag will not insulate when it's wet. I've slept with them. They just don't. So I still needed some wool for those emergency scenarios, you know, and I decided for those emergency wet scenarios, and I decided that I was going to, well, I'll show you. Here comes the wool. So I switched over to the USGI wool sweater. I like it because it can ventilate here. It is like 3 ounces heavier than that other sweater I was using. But, you know, any kind of wool sweater you get is good enough, in my opinion. So, this is I got a wool sweater. What else we got here? Okay, prepare yourselves. In fact, wait a minute. Do we have to restart the video? Hold on, let me check. 3 minutes, I'll restart it anyway. By the way, a glorious part about the hammock is you can set up on hills and have a level sleeping spot. We're totally on a hill right now. The camera level is like down here in the hills, but whatever, anyway. So, here is, here is something you wouldn't expect. This is a pair of nylons, women's nylon. Okay, I have worn dresses when I was younger. I had a little goth phase, and we were exploring some things. But I swear I'm not gay now. Not that would be a bad thing. I fucking love gay people. I think they're awesome. But chicks might not flirt with me if they think I'm gay. Anyway, so I used to wear these. This is like a biker secret, right? You put them on underneath your chaps, and they keep your legs warm. I like them because they weigh nothing. They are a really cheap base layer. You can go pick up a pair of these for like $3. They used to cost like $1. I'm sure you could still find find them for $1 somewhere. Here's the thing though. When you're moving, they don't keep you warm. When you're moving, it seems like, I mean, they will keep you warmer, but not as warm as if you're staying still, and that's all you need to know. Hey, Bear! Bear! No! Alright, Bear's eating dead rabbit carcass. No! Good boy. Good boy, buddy. Oh, God. Good boy, come here. Come here, good boy. No. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, so these will keep you warm staying still. Which is good if we're sleeping in a sleeping bag, right? And what's even better is, these will add, like, your legs, you don't really need that much insulation on. It's really your upper body, your head, your feet, and your hands. Your legs are the least of your worries, so we can skimp a little bit on those. And where was I? Brain fart. Yes. Yes. That's what you get. Alright, so what's next here? Leotards, get them. Of course, we have our cordage and everything else. Okay. So, if I'm hiking out in the woods during wintertime, every time I leave the house during wintertime, I bring a wool hat, I bring that wool jacket, and I bring wool gloves. So I used to carry hat and gloves in the Ewls, and I kicked them out. Okay? So what I put in here is the balaclava, right? Which can be used as a hat, You just stick it on. Alright? Sure. Roll it up a little bit. That's not going to be the most fashionable thing. It's not going to get you chicks, but it will keep you warm, right? So, balaclava more versatile than just a wool hat. But if I'm in the wintertime, now I have two, wool hats. I got a wool hat and a balaclava I can put on, which is great, And then I can crawl inside the sleeping bag, right? So balaclava, check. Handy dandy USGI wool scarf. It makes a massive difference being able to insulate your veins on the side of your neck, like we've talked about 1,000,000 times before. Plus, this thing's multi-purpose. You could use it for a quadrillion different things, right? So, wool neck, wool head, wool torso, and as you guys know, wool. They're not in here. I must have worn them somewhere. But wool socks. I got some thick Fox River socks that you guys have seen in the other videos. If you haven't, you have to go watch it. So, wool socks, nylon leggings, that gives us something if it gets really cold. And mind you, this is the year-round setup, right? So, if it gets really cold, I've got, God, so much insulation, it's not even funny. Okay, so first, let's say it gets down to 0 degrees spontaneously, right? And I happen to not have my coat, my hat, and my gloves, my wool coat, hat, and gloves that I carry every time I leave the house in the winter. Let's say I'm just out with the Ewls in the summer, freak accident, oh my God, it's fucking -5 degrees out. What are we gonna do? Okay, well, we have our balaclava, we have our neck, these are all wool, we have our sweater, we have our leggings, our leggings, and we have our fucking wool socks, right? So that's our wool layer. So now it doesn't even matter if everything's wet, right? Because we got those. And then we have, oh, by the way, I guess I should whip this out. You know, 3/4 length Thermarest. Thing's baller. Super bomb. Very durable. Surprisingly durable. Was worried about punctures. Hasn't punctured yet. Then we have the USGI, so we wearing all that shit. We climb inside our bag, which we know will keep us warm down to 30 degrees. We could probably survive in it even lower, but we know it will keep us warm enough to sleep for 8 hours down to 30 degrees. Climb inside that in the Gore-Tex bivvy, you know. So Gore-Tex bivvy adds another layer. By the way, if we climb in this thing all wet, you know, the Gore-Tex bivvy is breathable. That's the whole point of Gore-Tex. You know, the heat given off by our body will slowly dry us out over the night. And that's a good thing. Now, granted, it will be pretty slow, but it will, you know, you won't get any wetter or stay wet if you're wet inside sleeping in this thing, right? So, we climb inside that thing. We have our Thermarest down. It's, you know, we're still like, oh shit, it's -5 degrees. This, you guys would be surprised how much you can use this hammock as a blanket for. Just putting it over me like this, I can feel so much heat being trapped to the point where I get hot, right? So this thing will make a great improvised blanket, which is awesome because that makes the hammock dual purpose. It's not just a chair, it's not just a hammock. Summertime it's a hammock, wintertime it's a blanket. Watch out for these guns. Alright, so what else do we have? Anyway, that's our shelter system. So, yeah, that's it. That's our shelter system. Oh, yeah. We also carry a shmega, or a shema, or a shemag, or whatever your dumb American ass that's not cultured and doesn't know how to pronounce it like me calls it. It's just a piece of cotton. This thing, a gagillion purposes also, right? I could even use this as another blanket, you know. And by the way, when we're on the ground, I roll my bag up, my sleeping bag up, and use it as a pillow. I take the little hardboard out of it and roll it all up. It's pretty nice. Nice pillow. I gotta show you this thing. Where'd Bear go? Oh well. So, this thing you've seen before, the Eton Scorpion, right? I really gotta do a review on this, and I'm gonna, because this thing is still kicking like a champ, even though shit like this is happening to it. It doesn't wind up anymore, but it does solar charge. You can't see the top of the numbers on the side. And more importantly, Bear, get in there, you broken ass piece of shit. More importantly, Bear has gotten this on 3 occasions while I left it out charging in the sun. So this has been chewed mercilessly in a dog's mouth, dipped in water, left out in the rain. You know, I've had it underneath a river. It doesn't work when it gets wet, but it has dried out. And what it provides us is, for the longest time, this light was like sensitive. You know, you can kind of see how it's kind of fucked up still. But it provides us light, and radio. So, this thing is bomb-proof. If you're looking for a bomb-proof radio, I know they have a new one out called like the Eton Raptor, I think it is. But I haven't tested that. Maybe it's just as bomb-proof, but it has more features, which tells me it has more shit jam-packed into it. Kind of like a, I don't know, I was going to make a Glock versus 1911 scenario or comparison, but I have no idea what I'm talking about, so I'm going to shut up. The Eton Scorpion, I can vouch for. I love this thing so much. I'm so impressed by it. I am definitely going to do a review just on it. So, information, you know, if it's like an emergency scenario or something, information's great. Because remember, I'm going to use the Ewls as a bug out bag. If it's a extended wilderness scenario and you're by yourself, dude, bros, this that will stop you from going fucking crazy. You might still go a little crazy, but at least it's a one-sided conversation you're having with a human, and that's better than a zero-sided conversation, right? Morale booster, information gatherer, light source, self-efficient, reliable, or whatever you want to call it. It charges itself. I've long since broke the charge handle off of it, but thing's great. Holds a great charge too. All right, so that's in the Ewls too. So food-wise, we're just down to this one Duke DP. I only carry one for a lot of reasons. First of all, well, okay, it's not a lot of reasons. It's one reason. I don't think I'm going to need more than one trap. Raccoon are pretty easy to fucking trap, okay? Well, according to what I've read, I have no experience on the subject yet. If you're trying to trap a raccoon on the plains of Wyoming, it might be a little bit harder. But around here, we have a bunch of streams and waterways, and all you got to do is go to and check out the streams and waterways, right? And look for raccoon tracks, because that's where raccoons hang out. And if you find them, set up a Duke DP. Wait a couple days, you're probably going to get a raccoon, okay? And a couple days is fine. I know you guys think that survival is a calorie game, and I will agree with that. When you get down to like 4% body fat, then it becomes a calorie game. Up until that point, you know, a month or two of living in the wilderness, it's a fucking nutrition game. And it remains a nutrition game for the rest of the fucking time you're out there, okay? You got to figure out how you're going to get your vitamin K, how you're going to get your vitamin C. That's like, these are like oil and lube for your fucking car, the machine that is your body. Nutrients are what you need. And you need, a lot of them are only fat soluble, you know, so you got to catch animals to do that, to solute the fat in your body. I don't know. Anyway, so we only carry one. I have a 4-foot metal cord that doubles as a radio antenna, and you know, can double as many things. A 4-foot metal, it's like aircraft cable. Maybe I can make a snare out of it if I wanted to, even though I think snaring sucks. So I basically use that, or I plan to use that as the drag, you know. So anyway, I feel confident with one Duke DP that we can keep ourselves in raccoon, possum, stray cat. You know, it might not taste delicious, but it's fucking meat. And this thing weighs under a pound. So if I want to add 2 more, if I find out trapping's too hard, I want to add 2 more, I can add 2 more, and the Ewls on my back still only weighs 24 pounds. So, got that. Reel fishing kit and sewing kit. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. Boom, boom. Sewing kit / tinderbox. Boom, boom. What else? Oh yeah, the compass. I know how to use a USGI compass, so I'm gonna get one. This is a cheap knockoff, but it weighs as much as the compass, so it's a good weight placeholder. And you know, it's still got, it works. It's a compass. It's just cheap. It's not the USGI one. So, got that in the Ewls as well. Alright, get your little faggot ass in there. You get in the pouch, boy. Okay. What's in here? You guys have seen sunglasses, hat, copy of the Constitution, maps of the operating area. That's what's in there. And I think that's it. You know, this is part of the water filter. You know, if you want to clean it out. I think that's the Ewls, man. And so here's another great part that I love about the Ewls. Okay, now in its current configuration, it's stuffable, man. You can just stuff all this shit in here. I have so much room in this backpack. It's ridiculous. Stuff them while you're up, stuff them while you're down. I mean, I could stuff everything into the main compartment. If I want to, I'm just stuffing randomly now. Make sure I got everything here. I got some water, I got some food, got some... Ooh, compass, see? I almost lost it. I told you. I almost lost that shit. There we go. So that's like everything in the Ewls stuffed up, right? And there's so much room in here. Still, after putting everything in it. In fact, there is enough room in this thing still that if you wanted to use this as a bug out bag and you didn't want to look like a crazy militant motherfucker, say you were trying to go incognito, there's people that believe that if you look militant during a bug out scenario, it'll make you a target. I think there's some truth to that and also some lies to that, depending on what the bug out scenario is, of course. So it's good to be able to go both ways. But, and it goes both. Oh, whoops. Forgot my sweater or something else. The Ewls does go both ways, Brosofinas. I can look, if I'm just wearing this thing right here, with the shit in the back, boom, I'm just a civilian. Oh, what's going on? I'm not prepared at all. I don't have any supplies. Don't look at me. Do, you know. Or, oh shit, shit's falling everywhere. Shit. I forgot I didn't stuff the shit back in here. Whoopsie daisies. We'll fix that later. Or, for some reason you want to look like you mean business and like you don't know, like you know what you're doing and people don't want to fuck with you, you know. If you want to look that way, take out your bat belt and put it on. Okay? Stick the Ewls on the back. 25 pounds, light as a feather, birds flock together, do. You're good to go. Now you know, now you look, you know, like, hey, maybe I don't want to go raid that guy or something. And that's another great thing about the bat belt addition to the Ewls. I can put a fucking, you know, pistol on here. I got an M9 that fits just right here. So if I want to go roll with a pistol somewhere and brandish it, I can, you know, without you know, a lot of people I've seen put their pistols on their backpack, and I'm like, dude, if you ever have to dump your pack, what are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, that was a big tangent. Where were we going back to with that one? Oh yes, I was going to show you that this does indeed fit in the bag. You know, and this extra space in here right now can be used for during the winter time if I'm hiking, like I said, and I want to carry, I don't want to wear my wool, you know, I can just cram it in there, because I got space to do it. If I don't want to look like a psycho, you know, this stuff just goes in, fits right on in. Well, okay. doesn't fit right on it. I gotta do this thing where I like roll it up like this. Rolling it up. Rolling it on up. There we go. Now we can cram it on in. Now, if a wool jacket would not fit into the Ewls with the bat belt in the Ewls. That's just not going to happen. But what could easily happen is, here we go, stuffable, stuffed in there. Boom, boom, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. But what could easily happen is, if for some reason I want the bat belt inside the Ewls, and it's wintertime and I want to carry my coat, I can just put a coat on the back of this motherfucker, put it right up here. It's too easy, packing around. So total, the Ewls, before ammunition, is now up to 34 pounds of weight. And that's what I have. I have 34 pounds on my back right now, which was the max that I wanted to carry on my back. But with the addition of the bat belt, I distribute the heaviest parts of, not only do I distribute the heaviest loads onto my waist, I have a separate, little exploring survival belt now that I can go explore around with after I set up camp. Also, which is pretty cool, the Ewls kind of rides on that butt pack back there, which also transfers Ewls load to my hips. And this, I guarantee you, this Blackhawk padding is way better than the Ewls padding, or the, what is it? The Kelty Red Wing padding, right? So, one last time, that's the changes to the Ewls. I love it. Ewls is progressing. Do a little spin around for you. Oh shit, a tiger! I'm ready. So I guess that's it. This is the part of every video where I'm like, did I say everything I wanted to say? And I never remember, so fuck it anyway. If I didn't, I'll catch it next time. Until then, I hope you're remaining honest with yourself. Honesty will set you free. If you have that little void inside you somewhere, right, where things just aren't right, you wish they could be better, you're trying to force yourself to be positive, if you have that down in you, I guarantee you need to reevaluate, start being honest with yourself, start being honest with your emotions, your feelings, and what you want out of life, right? And then that fulfillment will come in that little pit, and off spot, deep down in your soul, will disappear. And in fact, I think I'm going to make that my new motto. After every video, I'll come up with some witty phrase, and I'll be like, hope you're being honest with yourself. So, I don't know why I'm bending down. I keep thinking I'm going to be out of frame, but maybe it'd be better to stand up. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't have any idea. Alright. That's it, I guess. You guys rock. I hope you're still interested. Sorry about the tangents. You know what you get when you listen to these videos.